says, because brothers will see the unity and they'll become, it'll spark something in them because every black man desires the unity of other men because we soldiers by nature. But you got to know what you're serving. That's why they're so quick to join these stupidity groups. You got, whether it's religion or gangs, you got them quickly attaching themselves because they think they see strength in it.
You know why we hit this point hard? Because we get so many brothers and sisters in here, and they don't know what they're dealing with. That's why we hit this point hard. We get a lot of people that come in, and they sit here, they want the word, they want Christ, but they don't want to do the works. So we're just giving you that, you know what I mean? That way you know what you're dealing with. You know, like I said, we're not a boys club, we're not a crew, we're not a gang. We're here to do the work of the Most High Christ. If you're about that, then you'll be dedicated to that. So we're just trying to warn brothers and sisters. Go to Ecclesiastes 2, verse 1, our favorite scripture. Then we'll go back to, where you at, James, what?
1:8.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Ecclesiastes 2:1.
Yeah, read that. And what's your name again, brother?
Samuel.
Samuel, right. I can't forget that. That's my slave name. When you get a chance, you're gonna read this whole chapter. Write this whole chapter down. Do you guys got your apocryphers? No, not yet. Do we? We didn't have no more apocryphers here.
There should be some on the back.
You got to get an apocrypher. No. I'm saying they got to get one to get home, take home. But y'all know about the apocrypher, right?
Right. That man was telling me last week.
He explained it. Okay. All right. So just to let you know, we're not reading out nothing foreign. Go ahead, read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse
1.
1.
My
son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Yeah, Terrell, you need to write down the whole chapter. You know what I mean? Y'all need to write down the whole chapter, read the whole chapter, because this is what you're going to get involved with. This is what you're going to deal with when you come to serve the Most High. You're going to deal with temptation. Ecclesiastes 2, verse 1. Yeah, 2 verse 1. Right. No, it's not in the Bible. It's in the Apocrypha. Okay. Okay, just to refresh. The Apocrypha was part of the Bible that was taken out. Okay. And do me a favor, you got your sound effect?
Yes.
Y'all got your sound effect? Pull that for him real quick. Just to show you that we're not reading out of a foreign book or like the Quran or some books that don't belong part of the Bible, okay? This is not the book of Enoch. This is not the book of Jasher. I'm going to repeat that. This is not the book of Enoch. This is not the book of Jasher, okay? We're not those cats, okay? So read this real quick.
Okay, here we go. Without delay, King James nominated 54 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars.
So what he did was go to the Donovan and he looked up Bible. And under Bible, you got King James Bible. Why do we deal with the King James? Because the King James is the closest to the Hebrew. I've been going over my Hebrew myself. It's the closest, okay? Now, the King James didn't write the Bible. He nominated scholars. You're going to get encountered with that. You're going to get a lot of people, oh, King James wrote the Bible. No, he didn't. He's telling us here, what?
Without delay, King James nominated 54 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of that day.
Go ahead.
Only 47 actually took part in the work, which did not begin until 1607.
Go ahead.
They were divided into 6 groups, 3 for the Old Testament, 2 for the New Testament, and 1 for the Apocrypha.
So he's telling you when the Bible was originally the Hebrew scrolls, it had the Apocrypha in there. Not the book of Enoch, not the book of Jasher. The original had the Apocrypha in there. So just to get that, just show you that we're not reading out of some foreign book.
Right.
It's part of the Bible. I have the Bible. You can go online, man, get you these. These are like $100. Yeah, you can get you one right here. These are 100. This is the annotated, the Oxford annotated Bible with the Apocrypha. Okay, this right here, the annotated means that they actually took certain words out of the Apocrypha, certain verses. So this has those verses in there. Then this one right here, the regular Bible, not the annotated one, but just the regular King James Version with the Apocrypha. You can get this online. This is like, it might be cheaper now, $90. You know what I mean? But yeah, this has the Bible and the Apocrypha in it.
Okay.
So they come like that. Okay, so read 2 and 1 again.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1.
Go ahead.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So just to show you, that's what you're going to deal with when you come to serve the Most High. You know, so be studied up, because you're going to get a lot of new people. You know, I'm sure you're going to be trying to share this with your family, with your friends, and they're going to look at you like you're crazy. Well, where you're not going to be crazy is go to 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 21 real quick. 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 21.
In the Apocrypha?
No, it's
okay.
In the no, this is the Bible. Yeah, 1 Thessalonians 5:21. And then we'll jump back to this point. Brothers and sisters, we are going to commence Sabbath class. Okay, we have new brothers and sisters asking questions. So y'all online, we will get into Sabbath class in a second. Read that, 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 21.
1 Thessalonians 5, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
Prove all things.
Right.
Hold fast that which is good.
Right. So this is where you're going to have to, you have to get more skilled in. You have to get more skilled in proving it. You see what I'm saying, Sam? Yeah. You got to get more proof. So write it down. Write these scriptures down, because like even the James 2, that 1 John 3 and 18. I mean, there's a lot more on, the Isaiah 29 and 13. Write those down and show them about, the faith and the works. So, yeah, so we're going to jump back, right?
Yes, sir. James 1 and 8.
James. Come on, I got it.
Nah, give them they might be okay. And you got to remember this, man. One of the black men's worst enemy is itself, his own mind. Because they always start something, they never finish it. If you look at black men, they go to college, they never finish. You know what I mean? They put all that money in grants and loans, and they never finish it.
It's true, man.
You know what I'm saying? You start in a relationship, when it get hard, you run.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You start being a father, you end up being a deadbeat. You never finish nothing. So you got to remember that, because when you come into the truth, you stand before the Most High, not me. So if you're not going to finish your
path,
your
mission,
you put a contract out there and you signed it to the Most High, because He know your heart. He know that from the beginning you thought a certain way. At the beginning, when you felt it was good, I ain't black. Black is just a color. Jesus is the same color as me.
Right.
I am somebody. Then it sparked something in you, and then you hastily signed a contract because you thought you was going to be able to finish it. But what you got to do is you got to see that there's a certain type of mind state that you can't have while you're here. Read that.
James chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
In some of his ways?
In all his ways.
See, when you're a double-minded man, everything you touch it becomes like, that's too hard for me. I don't know if I got projects. You know what's funny? One of my curses is I got half-finished projects. Because I'll get up to this point, put it to the side, and then start listening. And then before I finish that one, I've been bought something else and started with that. And then when I look at it, I'm like, I ain't even finished this. And then I wonder why I don't have the money for this, because I just started 2 other projects. See, you got to learn how to channel your energy correctly. So in this truth, You got to make sure, because you don't really think that the offenses that are going to come to you is coming from the Most High. Oh, Most High, man, what you mean? Oh, bro, I gotta give up my family. Y'all don't understand this. It ain't a y'all. We ain't country. It ain't a y'all. It's you and the Most High. So as you're going through these battles, you got to see, man, it's not the way you think. That's why I said a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Everything that it comes down to you to commit to, you start running from it. You got excuses. You got elaborate excuses.
This double-minded man type of individual,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. His look, jump down to verse 13.
James chapter 1, verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
See, the Most High is trying to feed you with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He's not trying to break you down and hurt you and treat you like a battered woman. He already know your heart. He already know the things that you've lost. He know how you are built. He know because he was there when he built you. So he already knows that there's things in your life that need help. He already sees that. But for you to think that the Most High sets you up for the big one, that's not in the scriptures. That's your mind.
Right.
Read.
For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man.
See, when your house start falling apart because you choose to take instead of build, you choose to try to manipulate rather than teach.
Right. What he's saying is that sometimes when brothers and sisters come in, they're trying to dodge the path. You can't dodge the path. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for temptation. Know that you're starting to go through, it's going to be a battle to keep getting closer to the truth. You know, your family will reject you. Some people can't deal with that. Brothers come in and their wives don't want to be down, or wives come in and their husbands don't want to be down. It's a battle, man. It's real.
That's like the initiation right there for the game.
That's it. It's a spiritual initiation. Nothing happens.
Right.
You just come to class and everybody starts rejecting you. You don't celebrate Christmas. You don't eat pork. You're in a cult.
It's funny because I was just telling my wife, she told you that yesterday, but she was telling a friend of that. I looked at her and said, "You're finna lose your friend." Because she was telling her the truth. I said, "You get ready to lose your friend now." And
you got to be aware of that. You got to understand that. We went over this last night too. I don't know if y'all checked this out online, but somebody else asked the same question along the lines that, you know, when you go start giving it to everybody, don't shove it down their mouth. Give them little by little. Right. You know what I mean? When they ask you, where'd you get this from? Say, we read the Bible. Don't tell them nothing about Israelites. Give them just a little bit. Right. You understand? That way it can open up their mind, because they're automatically going to go online, look up Black Hebrew Israelites, and they're gonna look at all the bad examples.
It's gonna be the first thing they see.
That's all they're gonna do. Oh, here's an article. I'm sorry. Let me see. What you saying, sis? What you just saying?
I was gonna say you taught me at best. I remember my dad. He believed in the whole raw Egyptian stuff. So
right.
When I first talked to him about it, started a big argument. I remember I came back to class and we talked about it. He said, "Be like you to be wise as a serpent."
Right.
So I said, "Oh, Paul." I said, "Okay." So right before my dad died, you know, me and him had a conversation. And he was telling me things. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good, yeah. And I started giving me a little bit, just try this out, just check this out.
Right.
Right before he died, he started believing in Jesus and gave his life to God.
Ain't that a trip? Ain't that a trip?
When I say right before he died, I mean days, like within about 3 days before he died.
Yeah. Because all you have to do, you don't got to force feed people. Give them a little bit. I know y'all zeal, the zeal of the truth. Keep that zeal. Don't. We're not trying to wear that zeal down. I'm trying to show you, be strategic, because you'll win a lot of people. You just got to give them the Bible. Don't say nothing about it. Hebrew Israelites. Right. Until you give them a little meat here, a little there, and you prove, it says prove a friend. So you're proving them whether they're worthy of this. You know what I mean? You give them a little bit like, did you know that Christmas is not in the Bible? No, for real, what you talking about? Yeah. Well, actually it is, and it says not to do it. Let me take you to Jeremiah 10:1. right? And then you show them that, and they go, wow, yeah, check that out. You just walk away. You're like, yeah, let them read it for themselves. Then they be like, what the hell did he just drop out? And they will come running to you. Like, man, dang, I read that. Wow, really? Yeah, man, I just found that out. Well, who you found that from? I read it in the Bible. Then you have them keep coming to you, and then little by little, then you show them, oh, we're Hebrew Israelites. See, but they're not open. You're not coming and taking them out of their life. You're coming with me. Ah, see, your heart can take that. Your spirit, when you got the truth, you're like, that's it. Some people, man, you got to give them little by little. You know what I mean? You got to give them milk, you know? Because we be so hard, people are like, man, I can't. What the hell y'all talking about? Like, really? Like, y'all don't do nothing? Like, yeah, we do things. You know what I mean? See, it shakes people up.
Yeah, you're blowing my mind over here because that's exactly what I've done when I first got it. I didn't reject it. I said, I can believe that. I said, because that's against the majority.
There you go.
So
well,
that's why
it's in you. It's in you. That's why. A lot of people that is in, you don't gotta convince them. You don't gotta song and dance. You don't gotta do none of that. It's in them. When they hear the word, they're like, wait, it's there, but I was never shown that. But that's how I believe. Right. And it disagrees with you. You know, but a lot of these people are friends and family. And I'm not saying that's gonna lighten the blow and that they ain't gonna turn their back on you. That's a must. If they're going to turn their back, they're going to cut you off. So prepare for that. Prepare your heart, because you're gonna be hurt. Because that's what this is about. This truth is about you being hurt and still, like Christ, going and dying on the cross.
Prove yourself.
Yeah, the Most High is gonna prove you some way, because you don't have to die like Christ, but like Christ, you got to go through the pain and still lay yourself down and say, you know what? I'm going to still do the work. Mama cut me off. Brandon cut me off. Everybody cut me off. It's going to happen, man. You know, we go over this. Everybody, brothers and sisters online, we go over this for the new people. But just to try to prepare you, not saying it's going to change anything, because a lot of people still go through it and feel like, what the hell's going on? Everybody's cutting me off. Man, I'm going to chill out from going over there. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. We've had, just in the last month, about 4 or 5 sisters come in, man. And you got one sister, and her zeal, her desire for the truth, it's like she's meeting people. She's like telling them the word. She tell every person she told in her family wants to cut her off. You know what I mean? Get her back doing stripping and all this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Her own brother, like, you need to get back on that pole. I need some money.
Oh, that's wow.
And I'm thinking, like,
it is.
You know, you can only pray for sisters like that, but I'm showing you that. Let's go to the disclaimer scripture. Go to Matthew 13, I think it's 13:19. And then we'll jump back. We ain't done with James. I mean, you brought up these questions, so we're just trying to give you the backing, man, because you're going to get a lot of people that you're going to deal with, man. 13:19. Yeah, Matthew 13:19. Go ahead, read that.
Matthew chapter 13, verse 19.
Matthew 13, verse 19. This is one of our disclaimer scriptures that you need to prepare yourself. Go ahead.
When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom,
right,
and understand it not.
And what?
Understand it not.
So, because we stood with the brother to 1:30 yesterday in the morning, we want people to understand it. There's no problem asking questions, because the devil is in the details. What you don't know. He's in what you don't know. He's going to take advantage of that opportunity. If you have some feeling, if you don't see this or this, ask. Hey, bro, why y'all do this? Ask that. Instead of sitting over there the whole time and then being like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not with that. Like, ask.
Right.
Because you're just going to be another casualty. Another person that's tossed to and fro. Ask.
Right.
You have to know. So like I said, the brother last night asked, we're not threatened by him asking us questions. That's what we're here for. We didn't get that in church. I didn't get that in church. You didn't get it in church. We're supposed to be different. The difference is you have to know that you know that you know that you know, so you can be convinced in your mind with the scriptures.
Right.
So ask, get everything out in the open. That way, when you come to serve the Lord, Satan can't put it down, because that's what he's going to do. Go ahead.
Then cometh the wicked one.
Right. Read it from the top.
When everyone heareth the word of the kingdom,
right,
and understand it not,
right,
then cometh the wicked one,
right,
and casteth away that which was sown in his heart.
Because he never understood, so Satan easily come. Oh, did you know that the book of Enoch, brother?
Right.
Like, oh, did you know that you had to get baptized? Like, religion's already said that. What are you talking about? Right? Oh, did you know like they're gonna come with everything?
There ain't no J in the Hebrew, so his name is Yasha.
Yeah, there ain't no J in the Hebrew, like they're dropping something deep. We know that. Like, I've been in the truth 25 years. I knew that when I was 15 years old. Like, they're coming out with something deep. Like, there's no J in the Hebrew. We know that. What the hell are you guys talking about? Did you not understand that English is not our language? We're Hebrew Israelites. Like, they act like they coming with some deep, breaking the J down. I'm like, see, the J, brother, his name was not Jesus. Right, his name is not Yeshua either. You know, so I'm telling you, I've been in the truth since 15 years old. You know, we knew that 30 years back. The high priest knew that 30 years back. But brothers is coming out with that. You know why? Because they want to make themselves sound wise. They want to bring up other things to make the difference. Oh, see, did these brothers drop the J on you? Do you know what, like, we don't got to drop the J. We're dropping the real language on you. You know what I mean? The white man's language never been our language, right?
And if you had a real attendance, if you came around enough, you learned those things.
Yeah.
But we keep going over the same thing because you only last so long that another weight group
yeah.
come in, and we start from scratch again.
Yeah, we start, like, you know how many times we've been over this scripture in the last month? You know what I mean? We go over it because we try to prepare these new people. But I'm going to take you back to that young sister. Her zeal is so strong. Her zeal is so strong. I'm not saying she's gone or anything. I'm saying that Satan found a way. Let me get you back around these people. Let me take you and put you back around here. Why? Because that can wear at you. I can keep poking at you. I can keep poking at you and get you alone. See, I want to keep you away from the knowledge. Wow. Satan, bruh, that's why I said, this Bible is not a joke. All of a sudden, all your old friends, everybody, now they care for you. Now they want to know what's going on with you. Like, you never give a damn. I could have been at home with slit wrists. You never called me. You never contact me or nothing. But when I joined the Hebrew Israelites, all of a sudden, you was like, well, I'm worried about you. What's going on with you?
Are you all right?
Are you all right? But this is the psychological BS that young brothers and sisters go through, and we're looking at them like, come, brother, we told you it was coming for you. So prepare for that, man. You know, so you can set your mind aright. That's why Ecclesiastes 2, it says, set that heart aright, constantly endure, and be prepared for what's going to happen. You know, and how are you going to prepare? Coming to class, but studying also. Right. You got to get in the book. You have to study. Don't do like you did in church. Oh, that sounds good. Don't do that. Get a pen. Because that's going to wear out. You're going to sit here and you're going to be like, that's on point. And the word is going to be true, but you're going to go home and, what was that scripture? Where was that? You don't know. So write it down. All right, finish that.
This is he which receiveth seed by the wayside.
Right, so that's it on that. Let's jump back to James.
Yeah, James, start at verse 14.
James chapter 1, verse 14.
13. Just read that 13, going into 14.
James chapter 1, verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man.
So we got that. That the Most High ain't there to send you to hell. That's not the Most High's job. His job is not to destroy you. Like, you were being destroyed already by your own thoughts and your own words. So coming in, you gotta leave the religion at the door. You gotta take everything off, because there's only one way, there's only one thing that pulls you from the Most High, that pulls you from the work, and that pulls you from the word. Read.
Verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away from his own lust and interest.
No, listen. It says, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away. The first step, Satan got to get you away from the body. He got to get you away from the word. See, that's where it says, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away for his own lust, or of his own lust. So when you come to class and you're studying, you're so consumed that you ain't thinking about the old things. You ain't thinking about none of this stuff. But then what happens is, you get, like you said, you get a phone call. Girl, what you doing? Oh, what's up, homie? Hey, let's go out. Where you had that safety, now you get pulled out. You get pulled out into the elements once again. And because you're not fortifying your notes and you're not really studying, you end up letting Satan enter, because he got to pull you away. If you look at lions, and I watch Animal Planet a lot, and one of the things they do is they watch the herd, and they sit back and they have a strategic plan. They communicate with each other. They put a lion that's all the way over here, and they cause confusion over here. So the whole time you're paying attention to this confusion, and you're saying to yourself, like, you know what? We see him. You think you see Satan. But what he's doing is pushing you away, because they're looking for the wounded, the sick, the young, the feeble. And those that are getting pushed closer to this one, it's all a gimmick to get you along. And that's what Satan does. He uses all these elements: rent, child support, family. These are elements, these are the other lions, these other vicious elements that try to push you and guide you over here, because Satan is right here waiting on you. As soon as you think you escaped this is what was really here to destroy you. So as soon as you get in that area, oh, got you. Now you caught up and you like, oh God, why you put this on me? No, you didn't listen. You didn't see that. So it says, we in Hebrew, 1 John 1 and 14.
James, right?
I'm sorry, James 1 and 14. Read 14 again.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust.
See, that you know what got you away from the herd? Your own lust. There was some phone call you was waiting for. It didn't miraculously happen. You was waiting on it to happen. Why? Because you were bored. You were sitting at home, all these classes, all these notes, and all these recordings that's online that teaches you the Bible. You at some point found it to be bored. Now saying like, oh, you bored? Oh, watch this. Now you get a phone call. Hello? Hey, what's up, man? What you doing? Chilling, man. What's up? Can you come out? Hell yeah, man, pick me up. Why? Because the Most High, what he does is
Israelite fad. You're with that Israelite fad.
Right.
You know, you really weren't dedicated. That's why we try to tell brothers and sisters, occupy your mind in righteousness. Mm-hmm. You know, surround yourself with righteousness in the right mind, because if not, you're going to be lazy, you're going to be slothful, you're going to be that steward that buried your talent.
Mm-hmm. And it happens to a lot of us in the beginning because we really don't understand what we're involved in. But that's what the safety in numbers is about. Because Christ said, where two or more are gathered, so is he. So the Most High is watching over you when you are actually exercising the scriptures. Then it says, and enticed. It says, when he is drawn away of his lust and enticed. Because see, the phone call ain't really the issue. It's him telling you what you want to hear.
You're going to do what you want to do. Yep. You're a grown person. Ain't nobody can make me go on the strip pole unless I want to.
Yeah.
Right?
You just waiting.
In the back of my mind, I really like thinking, dang, I do need that money. I do need that money. You know what I mean?
And it ain't even about the money. It's about the fact that that's what you like.
Yeah, that's
the pole is what you like.
You gotta think about it.
Yeah.
All your options is that.
It's like prostitutes. They making $20. Excuse my French, but they making $20 a blowjob, $50 a blowjob. If it was about paying the bills, you could just get dressed up, go to the club. There's a lot of men that are single. that instantly.
It's a demon. You're saying
it's
a demon, and that's why Matthew 13 says, when you don't understand, that demon is going to find everything to pervert you, destroy you, get you alone, and break your mind. Yeah.
Man.
Is that it?
Read verse 15.
James chapter 1, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin.
See, these are the steps to pulling you out of the truth. First, you start to think the Most High is tempting you because you can't pay your rent. You can't.
God is doing this.
Yeah, God doing this to me. All this time.
He put me here.
Right. I'm in the PJs.
No, he don't put you around the crack dealer if you got a crack problem. I hear that. Man, I be trying to help brothers and sisters, but they just don't get it. Oh, God just put me here. I prayed to be humble. God don't tempt you with evil. He didn't put you there. If you around somebody that get high all the time and your problem is getting high, he don't put you there. Israel got to wake the hell up, but they don't want to listen to these scriptures. What you going to do? You can't force them. You know what I mean? The Most High don't tempt with evil. My bad. My bad.
No, but these are the steps. First, you got to understand he don't tempt you with evil. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust. So these things that are in you, you got to get rid of. That natural man, that man that desires to be alone, because I'm a lone wolf. I've been doing things my way by myself since I was a kid. Okay, well now he's pulling you to the body of Christ. He said, think not of things of your own, but of others. So now, if you were I was getting like I lived in it. Okay, well now you got to be humble and have patience. You got to use the resources of the Most High. And then it says that enticement. The only thing that should entice you is righteousness. You should be trying to run towards righteousness. Because look how many years you've been living in sin. Look how many relationships you've been in where it's all about the flesh. It ain't never been about the spirit. It don't last. It'd be like, it's like brothers always say, man, I'm trying to get that dime. Okay, now what? Now you're sitting up with a headache. You can't even have a mutual conversation because she's not there for that. That ain't what you prayed for. You prayed for to not be alone, but you put a demon in your spirit. Now you got this entity moving around the house and it's uncontrollable because that woman ain't there for that. She there because you prayed for the flesh. Then it says, then when lust has conceived, it brings forth sin. Why? Because it went from you having a certain type of thought process to now acting it out. Now, instead of you seeing that the Most High was saving you from this, you start, you know what, come get me tonight. Hey, that enticement turned to, instead of him calling you, what you got to see is Satan makes you chase him. He puts something out there first. It's like this. This is an old trick they do in the hood. If I want you to sell dope for me, all I got to do is this. If I see you smoke weed, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come around the corner with a blunt, act like I ain't got no light. So I'm going to come to you and be like, hey, man, you got a light? And you're going to see the blunt in my hand, and you're going to be like, oh, he got a blunt. Then the second thing you're going to do is be like, oh, yeah, you're going to earnestly look for a match for me, showing participation. You're being drawn away of your own lust now. So then once I get the light from you, I'm going to be like, man, I appreciate it, man. You want to hit this? Oh, why? You getting pulled in your own lust. Now, once I get this conversation with you, I'll be like, man, come through, man. I ain't even got no homie shit. You come through, kick it, smoke with me. I got big draw, whatever. As soon as you sitting in the house and your girl, which is safe, got a spirit on her because you ain't feeding her. So now she's a tuning fork for negative. She hits you with something you don't want to hear, which really is the truth. But because you don't want to hear it, you just dip. You know what? I'm tired of what? Being told we got to pay the light bill? No, that's your outro to go see that nigga that's on the porch. So now you on the porch with this nigga telling him your problems like he Christ. Man, I just can't pay these bills,
Wow.
B. My girl tripping, B. He like, hit this. Pull out a fat, stupid sack on him. Like, here, man, roll something up. I'll be right back. Go in the room to see if you're going to steal from me, because I already weighed it out. So I know how much a blunt weighed when you took it from the bag. So if you steal from me, then I know what type of nigga you is. 2 birds with 1 stone. But then at the same time, I give you the bag to see if you're trustworthy. So after I let you roll this fat, stupid blunt that you're going to roll, then I let you see that I'm a resource to your problems. I can help you. So when you tell me, and I tell you, listen, man. Oh, I'm also saying he deals with timing. So I got all this clientele coming at the same time that you on the porch to see me making this money. So then I tell you, I say, you know what, man? Come fuck with him. Come mess with me, man. I got you. Come through. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I hit you off with an ounce of drug. If you do good, I take care of you. That's an option for you. I ain't trying to press you, nigga. You gotta get it how you live out here, though, homie. You know what I'm saying? They see, you know, you at the crib. Yeah, you at the crib, your girl like, what you gonna do, nigga? You expecting the white man to bless you because you went and pulled out some applications. That's the devil. He's doing his part. Keep you occupied. Listen, you good? We'll call you. Now you right back in the hood with a dress shirt on and a tie, sitting on this nigga's porch again. And that's what these scriptures are showing you, though. You got to see the seriousness. This is your life. This ain't no cartoon. This ain't no fairy tale. This is every black man's life that chooses to live a certain lifestyle. Because it says this. It says, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then lust, when lust has conceived, it brings forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, brings forth death. Your whole family becomes destroyed because of one decision you made. Because you didn't have the patience. Now you get shot in the face for that same sack. Or I might have set you up to get robbed just so you can stay in debt to me. You see what I'm saying? See, it ain't no rules out there. But you trying to play with the devil. You trying to tempt. You trying to put it out there like you got control over these spirits. When the Most High is showing you, bro, I'll put you in a situation where all you got to do is read the Bible. But because you bored, all this just happened. And you swear up and down the Most High did. And that's what's killing our people, man. So I just wanted to bring that out to you so you can see this, because as y'all continue to be in these elements, you got to figure out what's real to you. You got to dedicate what's real to you, man, because I see brothers all the time get pulled in because of desperation and boredom.
That's why the Most High said, go by the highways and byways and go get them that are idle. Yep. What are you doing? Nothing. What are you doing? Sitting at home? What are you doing? You ain't doing that. You're idle. You have to get busy, get to plow, get ready to get to work. All right. So, we kind of dug into that question. You had any other questions, bro?
No. I'm just being honest. I just got taught something that I got convicted there myself there on some things.
Right. Yeah, well.
No, it's a good thing though.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some things I was thinking of, now I see I was wrong.
Right. Well, if you don't have any other questions?
No, I don't.
No.
What about you?
No. Nobody has any other questions? Okay, we're gonna just start the beginning of this Sabbath class real quick, and then I need you to come up. Oh, you can't? Okay. Yeah. So we just start this Sabbath class real quick and get into the Sabbath reading real quick. We're online, so we don't usually do it. We have to set the prayers up online. I don't want to shut off online and then shut it back on. me a favor. Take that off there. Yeah. Slide that. Slide over this way a little more. It's in the yeah. Do me a favor, Keelan. Go run right there in the middle of the. I mean, right there in the middle of the console. There's a little knife there. Can you get it?
Right here.
This is what you're gonna do. You're just gonna do one right now, and then when we're done and we start reading, you can finish it up. One that we can like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Just slide this in. Yeah, just one, and then we'll get the other ones. We'll get the other ones after we start. So, we're just gonna say this right now until we tell y'all to stand. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Hahawa'a.
Hahawa'a.
Nathalanawa.
Nathalanawa.
Our Lord.
Our Lord.
Zayawam.
Zayawam.
Tawara.
Tawara.
Aman.
Aman.
Like the camera. So what we said was, God, in the name of Jesus Christ, bless. Thank you for giving us the light to see. The light represents the wisdom. When you read the scriptures, the light represents the wisdom. So when we light these candles, it just represents the Most High has enlightened us with the knowledge of the Most High. Okay? So that's what we just said. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Hahawa'a.
Hahawa'a.
Nathalanawa.
Nathalanawa.
Dayah.
Dayah.
Naya.
Naya.
Kacha.
Kaka.
Tawara.
Tawara.
Aman.
Aman.
And what we said is, bless the Most High in the name of Christ, that gives to us the sweet savor or the smell. And what we do is we light the incense, the frankincense and myrrh. And what that does, the frankincense and myrrh, was the scriptures say that our prayers go up to the Most High like sweet incense. So that's why we light the incense. I imagine we'll put your hot put down. That means stand and everybody face the east. I imagine we'll put your hot Yerushalayim, which means stand and face Jerusalem, which is the east. Either way. Yahweh. No, she's fine. Yahweh. Bahasham. Yahushai. Babakushai. Ba'ay Yahweh. Ba'ay HaShabbat. Ba'ay HaShabbat. The way Yahweh. For the Sabbath day. To do your work.
To do your work.
Teach your people.
Teach your people.
Raise your nation.
Raise your nation.
Provide for this rest.
Provide for this rest.
To do your will.
To do your will.
In Yahweh's name.
In Yahweh's name.
We pray.
We pray.
Okay. Shabbat is the Sabbath. We bless the Most High for the Sabbath day. Everything I said in English. And what we're going to read right now is we're going to read Psalms 121, and we're going to read it in Hebrew, but we also will repeat it in English. Okay, so fear not. I'm going to try to pronounce all the words as we say it in Hebrew, so brothers and sisters can understand it here. Let me get it. Anasha. Ayemya. Ao. Hahaya. Maaya. Yabawa. Isaiah. Yabawa. Yahweh. Sha'aisha. Shemaiah. Wa'arataza. La'a. Yonatan. Lamawat. Ragoya. Yala'a. Nawam. Shashawamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Shemariah. Yahweh. Tazaya. Ayel. Yamyamya. Hashamash. Yala'a. Hakaya. Bayawam. Wala'a. Hala. Bana. Bala. Raya. Bala. Yala. Yahweh. Yashamariah. Napol. Rai. Yashamar. Natasha. Yahweh. Yashamar. Hawalakia. Wabawaaya. Waaya. Ma'aitan. Wa'ai. Awalam. Awan. Okay, and he's going to read to you what we just said. Remember, the scriptures say when you speak in another language, translate so you won't sound like a barbarian. So you'll see us do that a lot. Go ahead.
Psalms 121. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and forever.
Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay. Yahweh. Shemai. Yasha'ala. Yahweh Alahaya Nawa. Yahweh. Aha. Yahweh. Shemai Yasha'ala. Yahweh Alahaya Nawa. Yahweh Aha. Shemai. Yasha'ala. Yahweh Alahaya Nawa. And what we just said is, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one Lord. Okay? And we're going to say that our Father prayer, which is in Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Quadash. Haya. Shamka. Yahweh. Malak Wafka. Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Razamaya, Kapamanawa, Lakum, Ko, Yawam, Wasalachnawa, Kawawahnawa, Kasalachnawa, Kawabwah Yanawa, Wala'a, Tabayanawa, Banasaya one, Abo, Hawashinawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Raka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapa'awa, La'ai Walamu, Aman. Okay?
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Okay, so that's what we just said. Now we're going to say the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments in Hebrew. Number one, La'a, Yahweh, Laka, Alahayim, Akoyim, Al-Panya.
Thou shalt have no other God before me.
La'a, Ta'aisha, Laka, Puso, Wala'a, Ta'agadam.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
La'a, Ta'akwah, Shum, Yahweh, Bashawa.
Thou shalt not take the Lord thy God name in vain.
Right. Number four, Zakar, Hayawam, Hashabat, Lakodashwa.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Number five, Kabad, Amaka, Ya, Amaka.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Number six, La'at Hazarah.
Thou shalt not kill.
Right, thou shalt not murder. Tazarach is murder. The correct translation is murder. Number seven, Tana'ap.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Taganab.
Thou shalt not steal.
Ta'aina. Shakur.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
And number 10, Takamad. Asherah. Wara'aika.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Bahashem Yahushai. The water. Amen.
Yeshabim,
All right.
needs to be seated.
Yeah. Good, Victoria.
Put some more clothes on there.
We're just gonna do one chapter.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to continue the reading from last week, where we started in the Sabbath reading, where we ended in the Sabbath reading. So Yeshua. We usually don't air the prayers, but we did because we had questions before. So you brothers and sisters want to come and partake in all that. you can join us Sabbath classes. So where do we leave off at?
2 Chronicles 21.
Right, he's gonna read it.
So actually it's 22 right now.
Okay, 2 Chronicles, we're at 2 Chronicles, the 22nd chapter. No, you got that. That should work. Is it on?
Does it?
Yeah, good.
The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 22, verse 1. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem made Ahaziah, his youngest son, king of his stead. For the band of men that came with the Arabians to the camp had slain all the elders. So Ahaziah, the son of Jeroham, king of Judah, reigned. 42 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign, and he reigned over a year in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Athaliah, the daughter of Omri. He also walked in the ways of the house of Ahab, for his mother was his counselor to do wickedly. Wherefore he did evil in the sight of the Lord, like the house of Ahab. For they were his counselors after the death of his father to the destruction. He walked also after their counsel, and went with Jeroham, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, to war against Hazael, king of Syria, at Ramoth Gilead. And the Syrians smote Jeroham. And he returned to be healed in Jezreel because of the wounds which were given him at Rome, when he fought with Hazael, king of Syria. And Azariah, the son of Jeroham, king of Judah, went down to see Jeroham, the son of Ahab, at Jezreel, because he was sick. And the destruction of Ahaziah was the God by coming to Jeroham. For when he was come, he went out with Jeroham against Jehu, the son of Nimshi, whom the Lord had anointed to cut off the house of Ahab. And it came to pass that when Jehu was executing judgment upon the house of Ahab, and found the princes of Judah, and the sons of the brethren of Ahaziah that ministered to Ahaziah, he slew them. And he sought Ahaziah, and they caught him. For he was hid in Samaria, and brought him to Jehu. And when they had slain him, they buried him, because said he is the son of Jehoshaphat, who sought the Lord with all his heart. So the house of Ahaziah had no power to keep still the kingdom. Verse 10. But when Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah, saw that her son was dead.
Where are you at now?
2 Chronicles chapter 22, verse 10.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm on verse 11 now.
Okay.
But Jehoshaphat, the daughter of the king, took Jehoash, the son of Uzziah, and stole him from among the king's sons that were slain, and put him and his nurse in a bedchamber. So Jehoshaphat, the daughter of Jeroham, the wife of Jehoiada, and the priest, for she was the sister of Uzziah, hid him from Athaliah. Oh. Athaliah. That's probably more right. Athaliah. So that she slew him not. And he was with them hid in the house of the Most High 6 years. And Athaliah reigned over the land. Chapter 23, 2 Chronicles, chapter 23, verse 23.
All right, no, just one chapter. No, but, you know, if y'all are familiar or if y'all been in tune with the readings, Israel was off. Ever since David did what he did, you had these kings, they would come in, some would follow the Most High, some would. You know, their children would. You know, it's a thing where we've been talking about lately. About your kids following you. You don't know. You don't know if your kids are going to follow righteousness. You know, every person, everyone has their own path. Now, the scriptures say that train a child in the way in which he shall go. So, and he will not depart from thee. So, we got to keep that in mind. Teaching your kids, showing them, giving them in the knowledge. You're getting this for you. You got to get this for them. Listen, our generation, our kids that's coming up, they're going to have it worse than us. You understand? There's in the schools they're teaching the homosexuality, transvestite. You better teach them. You better sit down and talk with them. You know, I had a talk with my kids the other day about homosexuals and about how, first of all, I was dealing with pedophilia and telling them like, you know, nobody's supposed to touch on y'all, no teacher when you're either at karate or anywhere. You know what I mean? Nobody's supposed to put you in the corner. You know, just let them know. You can talk to me. You know, a lot of kids, it happens to them and they don't want to say nothing. They feel guilty. You got to let them know. You know what I mean? And then I took them from that to showing them about homosexuality. To showing them that spirit of a pervert, that homosexuality comes from that same spirit. You see? Showing them that it's the spirit. As opposed to just saying, you know, the faggots are wicked as hell. The Most High going to put them to death, right? You got to show them, man, how to stay away from that. It's getting bad out here, bro.
Yes.
It's getting bad. So I was saying that because as you read Chronicles and you read Kings, all these kings, the kids will come in and they will be wicked. Or, you know, they will go further away from the Most High. So this is what we're reading about, just these different kings coming into power and doing wicked, and the Most High taking them out. Okay? So we're going to read
Second Chronicles
chapter 23. Chapter 23. Second Chronicles 23.
Verse 1.
Yeah.
Second Chronicles chapter 23, verse 1.
So,
okay.
Check it out.
And in the 7th year, Jerodiah strengthened himself and took the captains of hundreds. Azariah, the son of Jeroham, and Ishmael, the son of Johanan, and Azariah, the son of Obed, and Masiah, the son of Adoniah, and Elsaphat, the son of Zikra, into covenant with him. And they went about in Judah and gathered the Levites out of all the cities of Judah and the chief of the fathers of Israel. And they came to Jerusalem. And all the congregation made covenant with the king in the house of the Most High. And he said unto them, Behold, the king's son shall reign, as the Lord has said, of the sons of David. Verse 4, this is the thing that ye shall do. A third part of you entering on the Sabbath of the priests and of the Levites shall be porters of the doors. And a third part shall be at the king's house, and a third part at the gate of the foundation. And all the people shall be in the courts of the house of the Lord. But let none come unto the house of the Lord, save the priests, that they might minister of the Levites. They shall go in, for they are holy. But all the people shall keep the watch of the Lord. And the Levites shall compass the king around about, every man which has his weapons in his hand. And whosoever else come into the house, he shall be put to death. But be ye with the king, which he cometh in, and when he goeth out. Verse 8. So the Levites and all Judah did according to all things that
Jedaniah,
What verse?
Jehoiada.
Jehoiada, yeah.
Jehoiada, the king had commanded, and took every man his men that were to come in on the Sabbath, with them that were to go out on the Sabbath. For Jehoiada, the priest, dismissed not the course. Verse 9. Moreover, Jehoiada, the priest, delivered to the captains of hundreds spears and bucklers and shields that had been King David's, which were in the house of the Most High. Verse 10. And he said, all the people, every man having his weapon in his hand from the right side of the temple to the left side of the temple, along by the altar, and the temple by the king round about. Verse 11. Then they brought out the king's son, and put upon him the crown, and gave him the testimony, and made him king. And Jehoiada and his sons anointed him, and said, the Most High saved the king. Now when Athaliah heard the noise of the people running and praising the king, she came to the people into the house of the Lord. And she looked, and behold, the king stood at the pillar at the entrance, at the entering in, and the prince of the trumpets by the king. And all the people of the land rejoiced and sounded with trumpets. Also the singing with instruments of music, and such as thought to sing praise.
Right. So Athaliah was the daughter of Ahab. I think they're called. I think she's also known as Jezebel. She married Jehoram, king of Judah, and was mother to Ahaziah. Y'all got that? So that's who this chick is. Go ahead.
2 Chronicles chapter 23, verse 14. Then Jehoiada, the priest, brought out the captains of hundreds that were set over the host.
And you know, I'm sorry, y'all know Jezebel was wicked, right? Yeah, she started murdering the royal seed of David. You understand?
So,
go ahead.
So that's cold, because that was the same person giving the counsel to her son.
Right. Yeah, so she was wicked.
Everything she was telling him was awful.
Right, she was wicked.
Right, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, when's the only time that the women stepped in our stead like that?
When we was weak.
When we was weak, when we was wicked. That's the only time you read about a woman coming up and having to do the work. You know what I mean? You know, not only her. I mean, she was obviously a wicked woman, but you had righteous sisters that had to step up. You know, Judith. You know, when you go through the judges also, they had to step up and stand up for Israel, give them a little backbone. So yes, it happened, but it wasn't supposed to be like that. It was like that because we were all out of the way of the Most High. Go ahead.
Having her forth of the reigns, and whoso followeth her, let him be slain with the sword. For the priest said, slay her not in the house of the Lord. Verse 15. So they laid hands on her, and when she...
Or who they lay hands on? What's that, Athaliah? That was Athaliah, right?
Yeah. Now, when Athaliah heard this noise, that's in verse 12.
Yeah, so they lay hands on her. Go ahead.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
Verse 15. They laid hands on her, and when she was come to the entrance of the house, the horse gate, by the king's house, they slew her there. And Jehoiada
made a covenant between him and between all the people and between the king, that they should be the Lord's people. Then all the people went to the house of Baal and broke down and break his altar and his image.
Yeah, if y'all were here during Sabbath class when we read Kings, this is just a reiteration of what we went over in Kings. It's just giving you all these chronicles, things that happened during the time of Kings. So that's all that Chronicles is doing. Okay, because we read all these stories. They're just giving you the synopsis, a quick edition of the stories that went on in Kings. Y'all get that? Okay, go ahead.
And break down his altar and his image in pieces, and slew Mattan, the priest of Baal, before the altar. Also, I can't say it. Jehoiada appointed the officers of the house of the Lord by the hands of the priests, the Levites, whom David had distributed in the house of the Lord. To officers the burnt offerings, to offer the burnt offerings of the Lord, as it was written in the law of Moses, with rejoicing and with singing, as it was ordered, as ordained by David. Verse 19. And he set the porters at the gate of the house of the Lord, that none which was unclean in anything should enter in. And you know what? That verse 19 where it says, and he set the porters at the gates of the house of the Lord, that none which was unclean in anything should enter in. You got to look at these churches, man. Like, that can't be the house of the Lord. You got pastors smoking cigarettes. You see what I'm saying? They taking a break and going out in the back of the church and smoking a cigarette and then coming back into the house of the Lord. Like, you got to see how much we've been watered down to really think that's optional. Like, that's acceptable. When the priest wasn't even allowed to sweat when they went into the temple. Like, they had to wear certain fabric. Yeah, they couldn't even, their boxes were a certain fabric. Their attire was a certain fabric. They had to have think about it. They weren't even, certain big people weren't even allowed to do certain things, but they were still Levites. So everybody had their own job. So for you to look at these so-called pastors of the day because they drive nice cars, or because they got mega million churches, that don't mean they doing right. So you got to look at these. That's why reading these stories is important, because you see the attributes of a real priest and the punishment that the Most High used to put on us for the little things. This is verse 20. And he took the captains of hundreds and the noble and the governors of the people and all the people of the land, and brought down the king from the house of the Lord. And they came through the high gate into the king's house, and set the king upon the throne of the kingdom. And all the people of the land rejoiced, and the city was quiet. After that, they had slain Athaliah with the sword.
Yeah, so that's what chapter was that?
23.
Okay, 23. I'm gonna read. Well, actually, you gonna come up? Oh, you can't. You can't come up. You're not service. Okay, you want to read? Okay, come on up. You're gonna stand at Aman Shabbat, which means at rest, and then you're gonna say, it's Terrell, right?
True.
Terrell is Terrell, Shabbatashal, Shabbatah, Shabbatashal, Yahawada, Bun Yasha'ala, Bun Yashar, Allah. Right. Then you got Majid. Say Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barak, Atham. Right, there you go. And then we salute Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakatah. Okay. And you're gonna come up and you're gonna read a chapter. Then you'll come up after. All right, we'll do it like that. You're gonna read what chapter is he on?
24.
Chapter 24. And you know what you said, right? You're saying to your name, Shabbat Tashal means tribe. Shabbat Tashal is tribe. Shal is of. Yahawada is your tribe. So if you're Judah, so far neighborhood, if you're tribe of Yahawada, right? Bun means son. Yasha'ala, which is Israel, right? So Terrell, tribe of Judah, son of Israel. That's all you're saying. And then you're saluting. Okay? Okay. All right. Y'all get it, man. Y'all keep coming. Brothers, keep tuning in. Y'all get it down. Go ahead.
Joshua was 7 years old.
Yeah, read it in the mic. Go ahead.
Joshua was 7 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 40 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was
Zibiah
of
Bathsheba.
Bathsheba. And Joshua did not.
Joash.
And Joash did that which was right in the sight of the Lord. All the days of
Jehodiah,
the priest.
Mm-hmm.
And Jehodiah took for him 2 wives.
What? No, not the priest of the Lord.
And he.
This can't be. Not the priest of, not my Jesus. Read that again.
And Jehodiah took for him 2 wives. And he begat sons and daughters.
Right.
And it came to pass after Joash was minded to repair the house of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And he gathered together the priests and the Levites and said to them, go out unto the city of Judah,
Mm-hmm.
and gather of all Israel money to repair the house of your God from
year to
year.
Mm-hmm.
And see that ye had the matter.
See, ye hasted the matter. Mm-hmm.
Howbeit the Levites hasted it not. And the king called of Jehoiada the chief, and said unto him, why hast thou not required of the Levites to bring in out of Judah and out of Jerusalem the collection according to the commandments of Moses, the servants of the Lord, and of the congregation of Israel?
Right. Go ahead.
For the tabernacle of witnesses.
Yeah, so yes, you did have, we went over this before, but you see, he was minded to rebuild the temple. So you did have our people giving to build the temple, to rebuild the churches and things like that. But like we talked before, a lot of these pastors and preachers misuse it. They're, these mega churches and planes and all that, they misuse it. But to be fair scripturally, it is here. We did do that. Obviously, because if we're, going to deal with the house of the Most High and it needs repairs or build or whatever, you got to put in. Go ahead.
For the son of,
For, say that again?
for the son of
Athaliah.
Athaliah, that wicked woman, had broken up the house of God.
Right.
And also all the
Dedicated
things of the house of the Lord. Did they bestow upon Balaam?
Balaam, yeah.
Balaam?
Yeah, so she took all the vessels of the house of the Lord and sacrificed them to Satan. That was Jezebel. That was Athaliah.
You know, I've heard people play with that spirit too, that Jezebel spirit. Like women would be like, well, I guess I'm just Jezebel then. And they don't understand the in-depthness of what she had.
Yeah, she was a demon.
Man.
Go ahead.
And at the king's commandment, they made a chest and set it without at the gate of the house of the Lord. And they made a proclamation through Judah and Jerusalem to bring into the Lord the collection that Moses, the servant of God, led upon Israel in the wilderness. And all the princes and all the people rejoiced and brought and cast into the chest until they had made an end. Now it came to pass that at what time the chest was brought unto the king's office by the hand of the Levites.
Right, say it into the mic a little more so they can hear you online.
By the Levites, and when they saw that there was much money, the king's
scribe,
and the highest priest officer came and
emptied.
Who?
And emptied the chest.
And emptied the chest and took it and carried it to the place to his place again. Thus they did day by day and gathered money in abundance. And the king and Jehoiada gave it to such as did the work of the service of the house of the Lord. And Herod hired my son masons and carpenters to repair the house of the Lord, and also such as wrought iron and brass to man the house of the Lord. So the workmen walked, and the work was perfect by them, and they set the house of God and his state and strength it. And when they had finished it, they brought the rest of the money before the king and Jehoiada were made vessels for the house of the Lord, even vessels to minister and to offer with all and spoons and a vessel of gold and silver. And they offered burnt offering in the house of the Lord continually all the days of Jehoiada. But Jehoiada waxed old and was full of days when he died. And 130 years old was he when he died. And they buried him in the city of David. Buried him in the city of David amongst the kings, because he had done good in Israel, both towards God and towards his house. Now after the death of Jehoiada came the prince of Judah, and made obeisance to the king. Then the king hearkened unto them, and they left the house of the Lord God of their father, and served groves and idols. And wrath came unto Judah and Jerusalem for
their trespass. Israel can't get it right, man. You see that? We had everything's going right. Then you got some wicked people amongst Israel that just wants to go off. And that's where we at now. You know, but you look at now, look at how we're living now. You can see grace abounds, man. Because the Most High was taking them out quick.
Man, he wasn't playing.
He wasn't playing. Like he was hitting them quick. But the Most High, grace, nobody is going to have an excuse. Oh, I didn't know. This word is getting across the world, everywhere. You can't say, oh yeah, I didn't know what I need to be doing. I didn't know how to serve the Most High. Go ahead.
Hold on, real quick. Check this out. For all those that want to live off of the Old Testament, that want to act like the New Testament is not in void, you got brothers and sisters really teaching that, oh yeah, we keep the Old Testament. Bro, you got to look at the punishment that came from the Old Testament. And then you got to see why the New Testament is so important, because if you were to be judged by the Old Testament, there's no way you get into the kingdom. Just off of mixed fabrics. Something as simple as going to buy a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, understanding that that's the whole point of grace. It's so that those things that we don't understand yet, we can still be forgiven for them.
Yeah, we said it the other day. The brother posted on Facebook about the, what was it? Who posted?
About the Jiffy Mix cornbread.
Yeah, Jiffy Mix cornbread got pork.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were talking about that and showing you that you think you're serving the Most High, and you was eating pork the whole time. That's why you got grace, because stupid things we do like that, the Most High said, okay, now you know, put that away. You see that? That's what the grace for. The grace is not to keep, oh yeah, I got grace, keep eating it. Right. It's to say, let me put that away.
Or if I pray over with Thanksgiving.
No, the static is coming from, I think, all mics.
Yeah, I just changed it. Right, yeah. So go ahead and read on, bro.
Yeah, he sent prophets.
What verse are you at?
19.
2 Chronicles 24, verse 19. Go ahead.
Yeah, he sent prophets to them to bring them again unto the Lord.
Yeah, you see that? So to get Israel right, what did he do? He sent prophets on them to get them right. You know, listen, go tell them they're doing wrong, and I'm going to check them if they don't get it right. Go ahead.
And they testified against them, but they would not give ear.
They would not give ear. Remember, like we just went over earlier? Isaiah 30, Isaiah 29, they praise me with their mouth, but their heart is far from me, right? This is another one to add to your arsenal. Go ahead.
And it also said that they testified against it. They didn't tell them to come as you are, or that you good. Jesus loved everybody. That's not what he said. He told the people their transgressions. That's what the pastors are supposed to be doing, man. They should be pointing at your issues and showing you how to change, not pacifying.
Right.
Verse 20.
Verse 20. And the Spirit of God came upon Zechariah, the son of Jehoiada, the priest, which stood above the people, and said unto them, Thus said God, why transgress ye the commandment of the Lord, that ye cannot prosper?
Yeah, and that's the thing, that we don't follow the laws of the Most High. See, it's like you're damned if you don't. You know, you don't follow the laws of the Most High, then you don't prosper, then you try to keep seeking a way to prosper, but you can't prosper. So you dig a ditch more in negative, just like you went over earlier. You're drawn away by your own lust, and you got to keep going down that path. See, go ahead.
Because ye have forsaken the Lord, he had also forsaken you.
And that's exactly why your life is the way it is. Because he said, he just showed you right here. This is the answer to all your problems. He just showed you. Listen. He said, thus saith the Lord, why transgress ye the commandments of the Lord, that ye cannot prosper? He just showed you. Your life is terrible because you don't listen. Your life is straight trash. And then instead, you know what you do? You try to go to community college real quick, pick up a degree so you go out and be a nurse. But then you know what ended up happening? You're still scraping and scrabbing at the bottom of the barrel because you were set above high above all nations of the earth if you hearkened to the voice of the Lord.
Right, and he's not saying that you go to school where you being a nurse as well.
Right. What I'm saying is that's like a plan B. Go ahead. Because just think of this. The Most High got bigger and better plans for us. It ain't just working for the white man's kingdom. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than just a J-O-B. Because that's what we start looking at as being our salvation. Because it comes in fluently. That money come in. Right. So you start forgetting the Most High, the one that even gave you the job. Even because he also walks with us in our crooked paths. So until you get it right, he starts showing you through, when you do start sacrificing, say, you know what, instead of going out tonight, man, let me study for this test, because I'm trying to be a nurse, I'm trying to do this, or whatever you're trying to do. And then next thing you know, he'll bless you, but he's blessing you to see now, I eased you off of the situation. What you going to do now? Are you going to come back to me, or are you going to become more business-minded? Are you going to put the book away because you got things going in your favor, you think? Or are you going to just, you got free time, you're going to pick that book back up?
Priorities, man. Setting the Most High first in your life. Real quick, off the topic, we got 2 questions here real quick on YouTube, and we don't want them to think we're not listening to them. One is, the feast tonight, it's going to be at what time? We might have to put off some things to finish it up. I know we're trying to run with time, but what time we want to start? About 7?
Well, yeah, we want to get everybody
there about 7.
Yeah, no later than 8. You know what I mean? Because we still got brothers that work at 9. So we want to make sure all the food and everything is done.
Okay, so 7 o'clock. We're gonna push for 7 o'clock tonight for the feast. Okay, give them the address because we're asking for that. We got some brothers might show up, sisters might show up. So we're gonna push for 7 o'clock for the feast tonight. Okay.
Yes.
Shavashana is right now on the text. So if you want to bring something, she's the sister to ask. I think we need drinks. And if you're going to come early, charcoal. If not,
I'm bringing charcoal.
Yeah.
Okay, you're bringing charcoal?
Yeah.
Okay, you got to come early because we're going to need that early.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, and if you feel it in your heart, bring some Modelo or some Remy, you do it big.
Modelo.
Yeah, Modelo. Listen, the address is 14010 Blue Falls Drive, Sugarland, Texas, 77498. And if you if you need further direction or you have to communicate, you can call Abadiah at 210-716-9854.
Right. Say the address one more time to get my line.
14010 Blue Falls Drive, Sugarland, Texas, 77498.
Right. Remember, a memorial blowing of the trumpets is a holy convocation, and it's a gathering, and we feasted, right? And bring your horns if you got your horns. And say we blew the horns on those days. So that's what we got going on tonight. Okay. All right. So we gave that. And the other question is the cross. We keep answering this. I don't know if it's the same sister or brother asking this.
From yesterday they asked.
Right, maybe she didn't stay on, but sis, we don't wear the cross because the cross symbolizes the death, mocking Christ. The scriptures say, "Cursed be he that hangeth on a tree." The Romans used that to mock Christ. The symbols of the Christians took that and used it to glorify Christ. But let's think. If I were to murder your family with a blade, would you take that same blade and hang it around your head and say, this is representing my family? You wouldn't do that. So the Christians' stupidity, shame on them. We don't wear the cross because the Romans used that to kill millions of our people. Okay? Not just Christ. They used that to kill millions of our people on the cross. So that was to mock them and to mock Christ. This is why we don't use that as a representation of Christ. Okay?
And now the new mockery is they're wearing nooses.
Right,
they're wearing nooses as a fashion statement. And you got to remember, they're doing these things because they're trying to incite riots. They're trying to get us to hate. When you got to see, man, everything they're using is to remind us of how we've been oppressed by them.
You know what? Listen, you got to know that's the devil, and the devil is going to lie to you.
Yes.
You understand? But listen, don't go take a bat and bust. That's not, your vengeance is not going to help. You see these guys already doing it. They blowing cops' teeth out their mouth.
Yeah.
They running up behind them and pow, in broad daylight. Yeah. It is sweet, but that's not the way to do things. And I'm saying, I got that Israelite bone in me, man. Vengeance, you want the wicked to fall and the injustice that they do to our people, but at the same time, that's not the way. That ain't gonna do nothing. Once you go to jail, what then? You can't teach your family, your kids, your people, your nation. You can't do nothing. That's not the path. Vengeance is the Lord's. He's gonna do it more sweeter anyway. When he does it sweet. We look like fools. So like the point he just said, don't let that anger consume you. With that. But anyway, I just wanted to answer those two questions. Let's get back to Sabbath class and let's finish this up. What chapter we at? What verse?
Chapter 2, verse,
chapter
2 Chronicles. Yeah.
2 Chronicles 24, what verse? 21. Let's go there. Go ahead.
And they
conspired
against him and stoned him with stones.
Right. This is when you read the scriptures, it tells you how wicked Israel was. They were killing the prophets. And it's going to come like that in our days. It's going to come to that point to where, we're going to be killed by our own brothers. Our own people. You understand? So remember that, man. This is coming again. Go ahead.
At the commandment of the king.
Uh-huh.
And the court of the house of the Lord. Thus, 24, verse 22. Thus Joash, the king, remembered not the kindness which Jehoiada, his father, had done.
You see that? His father, he's now following the righteous path. Go ahead.
To him, but slew his son. And when he died, he said, the Lord look upon it and required it.
Right, wait, and let me make a correction. This is Joash's treatment to Jehoiada's sons. Go ahead. Yeah, Jehoiada's sons. Go ahead.
And it came to pass at the end of the year that the host of Syria came up against him. And they came to Judah and Jerusalem and destroyed all the princes of the people from among the people and sent all the spoil of them unto the king of
Damascus.
For the army of
the Syrians
came with a small company of men, and the Lord delivered a very great host into their hand,
Mm-hmm.
because they had forsaken the Lord God of their fathers. So they executed judgment against Joash.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were departed from him, for they lived him in great
Diseases.
It,
Well, wasn't the other king too? I think it was King Asa. He had the bowels. We read last time. Like, now you understand where that comes from the Most High. When you get ill like that, and mostly, listen, the Most High let those spirits get you, man. You get diseases, the Most High let that spirit get you. Watch what you do. Watch what mind you in. You understand? Because it comes and hits you. You know, and then listen. Paul said that he had a thorn in his side. There was something. He didn't get specific, but Paul had something that was haunting him, and he prayed to the Most High that he remove it. But then again, come on now, Paul was killing the prophets. Paul was killing them. So you don't think the Most High checked him? Why do you think he gave so much desire to do the work of the Most High when he did come to the Most High? That guilt must have been tearing him up.
It must have been severely punished.
And yeah, he must have there was a thorn somewhere. Now, I'm not saying he had a disease. I don't know what he had. It was something to where he prayed to the Most High and said, remove this thorn from him. Huh? Thrice, 3 times, yeah. And the Most High says, listen, stop asking. My grace is sufficient. You know, and that's how we have to look at it, is that we're going to pay for what we do. You know, even though you come into truth, all those things you did will haunt you. So, you know, now you're cleaning up a lot of those sins. You're through your change. Go ahead, read on.
His own servant conspired against him for the blood of the sons of Jehoiada, the priest, and the slave slew him on his bed, and he died. And they buried him in the city of David. But they buried him not in the sepulchres of the king.
Yeah, they're like, you don't get the honor of being in the king's sepulchres. You know? Yeah. They took the whole honor away from this guy. So he died like Tupac with his name on the wall. Yeah. Like Biggie Smalls, spray painted. They think that's honor. That ain't honor, man. You're dying like the crackhead, the drug dealer. Yeah. Go ahead.
Chapter 24, verse 26. And these are they that conspire against him. Zabad, the son of
Shimeath,
and
Ammonitis,
and Jehoshaphat,
yeah,
the son of
Shimerath,
a
Moabites.
Now concerning his sons, and the greatness of the burdens laid upon him, and the repairing of the house of God. Behold, they are written in the storybook of the king. And Amaziah, his son, reigned in his stead.
Right. Okay, next brother, come on up. I mean, did anybody have any questions on that? I mean, it seemed kind of simple, but did anybody have any questions on it? No? Okay.
Cool. Yeah, he already came up. So that was. You were at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Okay.
Justin, Shabbat to Shah,
Shaul.
Shabbat to Shaul, Yahudi,
Yahawadah.
Yahawadah,
Yahawadah.
Yahawadah,
Uh-huh.
Yahudi,
Yahawadah
Yahawadah,
Ban
Ban,
Yasha'ala.
Yashal,
Try it again.
Justin, Shabbat Tashal, Yahawadah, Ban,
Yasha'ala.
Yashal.
Uh-huh.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatham.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakathah. Barakathah. Come on. He said Yehudi, huh? Now, that's how the so-called Jews said Yehudi.
Yehudi.
Yeah, I'm thinking what I.
It's all good, bro. All right, you're going to read that chapter 25. Chapter 25.
Second Chronicles chapter 25, verse 1. Amaziah was 25 years old when he began to reign. And he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jerodeam of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, but not with a perfect heart. Now it came to pass when the kingdom was established to him that he slew his servants that had killed the king his father. But he slew not their children, but did as it was written in the law in the book of Moses, where the Lord commanded, saying, the father shall not die for the children, neither shall the children die for the fathers, but every man shall die for his own sin. Moreover, Amaziah gathered Judea together and made them captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, according to the houses of their fathers, throughout all Judea and Benjamin. And he numbered them from 20 years old and above, and found them 300,000 choice men, able to go forth to war, that could handle spear and shield. Verse 6. He hired also 100,000 mighty men of valor out of Israel for 100 talents of silver. But there came a man of God to him, saying, O king, let not the army of Israel go with thee, for the Lord is not with Israel, to wit, with all the children of Ephraim. But if thou wilt go, do it. Be strong for the battle. God shall make thee fall before the enemy, for God hath power to help and to cast down. And Amaziah said to the man of God, but what shall we do for the 100 talents which I have given to the army of Israel? And the man of God answered, the Lord is able to give thee much more than this. Then Amaziah separated them, to wit, the army that was come to him out of Ephraim, to go home again. Wherefore their anger was greatly kindled against Judah, and they returned home in great anger. And Amaziah strengthened himself and led forth his people and went to the valley of Salt and smote of the children of Seir 10,000. Verse 12. And other 10,000 left alive did the children of Judah carry away captive, and brought them unto the top of the rock, and cast them down from the top of the rock, and they all were broken in pieces. Verse 13. But the soldiers of the army which Amaziah sent back, that they should not go with him to battle, fell upon the cities of Judah, from Samaria even unto Bethoron, and smote 3,000 of them, and took much spoil. Now it came to pass, after that Amaziah was come from the slaughter of the Edomites, that he brought the gods of the children of Seir, and set them up to be his gods, and bowed down himself before them, and burned incense unto them.
Israel don't get it, huh? Still get it.
Not even a little bit.
Like, wow. Go ahead, man.
Verse 15. Wherefore the anger of the Lord was kindled against Amaziah, and he sent unto him a prophet, which said unto him,
Why hast thou sought after the gods of the people which could not deliver their own people out of thy land?
Right.
Out of thy hand.
You're like, you gotta be retarded. How old was this cat? He was only what, 29 years old. He was a retard. You just went and killed them and took their gods. Go ahead, man.
Verse 16. 2 Chronicles chapter 25, verse 16. And it came to pass, as he talked with him, that the king said unto him, Art thou made of God's counsel? Forbear, where shouldest thou be smitten? Then the prophet forbare and said, I know that God hath determined to destroy thee, because thou hast done this, and hast not hearkened unto my counsel. And then Amaziah, king of Judah, took advice and sent to, was that Joash, the son of Jehoahaz, the son of Jehu, king of Israel, saying, Come, let us see one another in the face. And Joash, king of Israel, sent to Amaziah, king of Judah, saying, The thistle that was in Lebanon sent to the cedar that was in Lebanon, saying, Give thy daughter to my son to wife. And there passed by a wild beast that was in Lebanon, and trod down the thistle. Verse 19. Thou sayest, Lo, thou hast smitten the Edomites, and thine heart lifted thee up to boast. Abide now at home. Why shouldest thou meddle in thine hurt, that thou shouldest fall, even though and Judah win thee? Verse 20. But Amaziah would not hear, for it came of God, that he might deliver them into the hand of their enemies, because they sought after the gods of Edom. Verse 21. So Joash, the king of Israel, went up, and they saw one another in the face, both he and Amaziah, the king of Judah, at Beth Shemesh, which belonged to Judah. And Judah was put in the worst before Israel, and they fled every man to his tent. And Joash, the king of Israel, took Amaziah, king of Judah, the son of Joash, the son of Jehoahaz, and Beth Shemesh, and brought him to Jerusalem, and brake down the wall of Jerusalem from the gate of Ephraim to the corner gate, 400 cubits. Verse 24. And he took all the gold and silver, and all the vessels that were found in the house of God with Obed-Edom, and the treasures of the king's house, the hostages also, and returned to Samaria. And Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah, lived after the death of Joash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, 15 years. Now, the rest of the acts of Amaziah, first and last, behold, are they not written in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel? Now, after the time that Amaziah did turn away from following the Lord, they made a conspiracy against him in Jerusalem, and he fled to Lachish. But they sent to Lachish after him and slew him there. And they brought him upon horses and buried him with his fathers in the city of Judah.
Okay, y'all got that? Sorry, I'm just trying to answer some questions here. Anybody had any questions on that chapter? No? Okay, Samuel, you want to read?
That's fine.
Okay, all right, come on, read the chapter. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 2, 2. So you're gonna say Samuel, Shabbatah, Shaul, Yehowadah. That's what you are, right? You're a black man? So-called black man? Hey, sometimes our people just be dark Indians, man. You never know. Samuel, Shabbatah, Shaul, Yehowadah, Bun.
Samuel, Shabbatah,
Shabbatah, Shaul, Yehowadah,
Yahwadah,
Bun,
Bun,
Yashar Allah.
Yahshua.
Yeah. Then you got margin. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shah.
Barakatham.
Barakatham.
Right. Yahweh.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
What you said is God in the name of Jesus Christ bless us. We said it to you. All right.
What chapter are we on? 26?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you just read chapter 26.
Chapter 26, 2 Chronicles. Then all the people of Judah took Uzziah, who was 16 years old, and made him king in the room of his father Amaziah.
You use that way they can hear you online.
Verse 2. He built Elah and restored it to Judah. After that, the king slept with his fathers. 16 years old was Uzziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Jechaliah of Jerusalem, and he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his father Amaziah did. And he sought God in the days of Zechariah, who had understanding in the visions of God. And as long as he sought the Lord, God made him to prosper. And he went forth and warred against the Philistines and brake down the wall of Gath and the wall of Jabneh and the wall of Ashdod, and built cities about Ashdod and among the Philistines. And God helped him against the Philistines and against the Arabians that dwelt in Girbadah and the Mahumians. And the Ammonites gave gifts to Uzziah, and his name spread abroad even to the entering in of Egypt. For he strengthened himself exceedingly. Moreover, Uzziah built towers in Jerusalem at the corner gate and at the valley gate and at the turning of the wall, and fortified them. Also, he built towers in the desert and digged many wells, for he had much cattle, both in the low country and in the plains, husbandmen also and vine dressers in the mountains and in Carmel, for he loved the husbandry. Moreover, Uzziah had an host of fighting men that went out to war by bands, according to the number of their account by the hand of Jeiel, the scribe, and Maaseiah, the ruler, under the hand of Hananiah, one of the king's captains. The whole number of the chief of the fathers of the mighty men of valor were 2,600, and under their hand was an army, 300,000 and 7,500, that made war with mighty power to help the king against the enemy. And Uzziah prepared for them throughout all the hosts shields and spears and helmets and habergeons and bows and slings to cast stones. And he made in Jerusalem engines invented by cunning men to be on the towers and upon the bulwarks, to shoot arrows and great stones withal. His name spread far abroad, for he was marvelously helped till he was strong. But when he was strong, his heart was lifted up to his destruction, for he transgressed against the Lord his God, and went into the temple of the Lord to burn incense upon the altar of incense. And Azariah the priest went in after him, and with him 80 priests of the Lord, that were valiant men. And they withstood Uzziah the king, and said unto him, It appertaineth not unto thee, Uzziah, to burn incense unto the Lord. but to the priests, the sons of Aaron, that are consecrated to burn incense. Go out of the sanctuary, for thou hast trespassed, neither shall it be for thine honor from the Lord God. Then Uzziah was wroth. He had a censer in his hand to burn incense. While he was wroth with the priest, the leprosy even rose up in his forehead before the priest in the house of the Lord, from beside the incense altar. And Azariah the chief priest and all the priests looked upon him, and behold, he was leprous in his forehead, and they thrust him out from thence. Yea, himself hasted also to go out, because the Lord had smitten him. And Uzziah the king was a leper unto the day of his death, and dwelt in a several house, being a leper, for he was cut off from the house of the Lord. And Jotham his son was over the king's house, judging the people of the land. Now the rest of the acts of Uzziah, first the last, did Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amoz, write. So Uzziah slept with his fathers, and they buried him with his fathers in the field of the burial which belonged to the kings, for they said, he is a leper. And Jotham his son reigned in his stead.
Yeah, good job.
As y'all get more familiar with these chapters, then you start to set up that chronological order that's needed. He's talking about this king during the time of Isaiah. So now you kind of get, when I'm reading Isaiah, it was during this time. You see that? Then you can go back, put them together. That's how y'all get y'all studies a little more on point and knowing what time periods and what kings ruled, where were these prophets set in their time. You see that? Because remember, the scriptures ain't in chronological order. All right? Okay, so y'all had any questions on that? No? Okay. I'm going to read 27. Jotham was 25 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Jeshurush, the daughter of Zadok. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his father Uzziah did. Howbeit, he entered into the temple of the Lord, and the people did yet corruptly. He built the high gate of the house of the Lord. On the wall of Ophel he built much. Moreover, he built cities in the mountains of Jehoiada, and in the fortress he built. Forest, right. In the forest he built castles. You know how they cut the words? Yeah. The forest he built castles and towers. He fought also with the king of the Ammonites and prevailed against them, and the children of Ammon gave him the same year 100 talents of silver, and 10,000 measure of wheat, and 10,000 of barley. So much did the children of Ammon pay unto him, both the second year and the third. So Jotham became mighty, because he prepared his ways before his Lord. Now the rest of the acts of Jotham, and all his wars and his ways, lo, they are written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah. He was 25 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. And Jotham slept with his fathers, and they buried him in the city of David. And Ahaz, his son, reigned in his stead. So, yeah.
You know what's crazy is if the Most High started zapping all the pastors with leprosy, like
you would know.
You would know ASAP.
Mercy.
You know what I'm saying? You get up out of there ASAP, gotta go. But then it wouldn't be a battle. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't be using your mind. You'd be still using the Most High
to solidify instead of you taking time to read the scriptures and learn for yourself.
Right.
That they are.
Right, right. See, yeah, that's the battle right now, is that it ain't that easy. It's gonna be, even the deliverance of us coming out of here, how we're all scattered, how even Israel, all the different camps and the different schools, how there's a lot of people in the churches that really want the truth. You know what I mean? So the Most High is doing a great work. It's gonna be working big. All right. So does anybody have any questions on that? No? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're finishing up. I want to give y'all time if y'all have any questions on any topic outside of the readings. We're going to conclude the reading for this Shabbat. Yeah.
Can you give us a time range of the prophets in the Bible? Like how Isaiah was in.
I can do that. Let me get it together. I have it, but I can do that. Yeah, that'll be a good class. I can actually, you know what I'll do? I'm gonna save that to Sabbath class. That way we can come in Sabbath, Friday night, and then Saturday morning we can do the reading again, so we can kind of get that. But I do have that. Yeah. Oh, okay. Any other questions? No? Okay, tonight is the sundown. I have to double check. I don't think it's a Sabbath tonight. I think we have the regular Sabbath is over tonight, obviously, right? But I don't think is it a double Sabbath? Let's double check. Let me double check that.
I thought it was yesterday and today.
Yes. Like from Thursday, he tried to say from like Thursday.
Oh no, the tonight's sundown is the high holy day.
Yeah, this on the trumpet. I thought it was supposed to be a double Sabbath. I don't know if it was supposed to be Thursday night.
Why do you say Thursday?
Like Thursday night.
Oh, they're saying Thursday night was the memorial blowing trumpets?
No.
I guess
why would Thursday night be a Sabbath?
We talked about it was a double Sabbath.
Right, but that would be because the high holy day, what day it falls on. Why would it be Thursday though?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, the Thursday would have nothing to do with it. It ain't even on Thursday, unless they're saying it's on Thursday. You know what I mean? And sometimes brothers dates mix up too. I definitely hear that. But yeah, it would be on the day of the feast. But the reason I'm saying that is because I'm gonna double check that. We'll let y'all know tonight, regardless. Regardless, we're gonna celebrate the high holy day. It is tonight. It is a feast.
So if it's a double Sabbath, it's just like any other Sabbath, right?
Yeah, it's just like another. That when we say double Sabbath, it means that after the regular Sabbath, the other one starts. Okay. But we're gonna double check that. I'm gonna double check that. Okay. And we'll let y'all know that. But like I said, regardless, we're gonna celebrate the high holy day, the commemoration of the memorial blowing of the trumpets tonight. Yeah.
On that point right there. By any chance you gonna be blowing the trumpets? You guys do it, or it's not gonna be on there at all?
No. No. Well, tonight we're just basically gonna we went over it in class. All right. We went over it in class and we've been over the scriptures a few times. Tonight we're just gonna celebrate it.
Okay.
Tonight is the convocation. So we try to do that. We went over the Sabbath. We went over the scriptures. You know what I mean? Tonight is just a gathering. Okay. Yeah.
I got a question on that one. You said a double Sabbath, and you said double starts tonight at sundown.
Right. I'm going to double check on that in the scriptures.
Well, the reason I asked that question, that wouldn't be making Sunday a Sabbath, would it?
No. It just means that the days that the day will listen, the Passover can fall on a Sunday. It would be a Sabbath. That don't have nothing to do with the white man and his Sabbath day. That means that just the date that these high holy days might fall on. If it's a Sunday, it's a Sunday. It don't mean that the regular Sabbath is changed to Sunday. It don't mean that. That means that these high holy days might end up being a Sabbath.
Oh,
Right.
I believe the day is the Sabbath. I don't believe. I was just, when you said double, I had heard it before. See, I'm new to this.
Right.
It is before. So I'm still learning. That's why I was asking, because I didn't know.
No, we're saying, brothers are saying double Sabbath because if tonight is a Sabbath, well, the regular Sabbath ends at Saturday, sundown. So then it will go right into another Sabbath,
Okay.
which would be the High Holy Day.
Okay.
We're going to double check that. I'm going to go through it and double check that.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Certain high holy days actually have a Sabbath in it. You know what I mean? And then certain high holy days are a gathering, which don't have a Sabbath in it. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, see, I think what's going on here is we have our calendar, and Priest Mashaba comes up with all of our dates, and he does it according to the new moon. He starts with the new moon every year, and he goes like that. So it starts tonight, sundown. Now, I think y'all might have got the Thursday because somebody might have been saying Thursday.
Right. Yeah, you got a lot of other people that try to say Thursday is a Sabbath day anyway, but
Thursday's a Saturday. Okay, you're bringing in some craziness now.
I'm not saying
I know.
Yeah, people go off.
Thursday's the Saturday?
Yeah, I've heard it.
I have never heard that.
I've heard it.
I think lost part of him was that because the holiday falls tonight, that make tonight this double Sabbath.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was.
Oh, you kind of mix it up with Thursday. Yeah, but yeah, tonight it would be a double Sabbath. If it's a Sabbath, I'm gonna double check on that. I'm gonna double check and see it is. I think it is, but just to double check and make sure, because some high holy days ain't the Sabbath because we're partying on those days. So that's why I said I'm gonna double check that. Like tonight is going to be a gathering, eating, drinking, with each other, right? So that's why I'm saying that. But yeah, I'm also saying the Thursday thing because I'm wondering if Tahawam heard that. Also, if it was Thursday, and that's where kind of the dates, brothers get the dates mixed up. But tonight is the night, okay? And we'll double check on that Sabbath part, okay? Do we have any other questions? Anything else? I'm trying to give them a little second online. If you have any questions online before we end Sabbath class, we're going to end with the ending prayers. And I'm just trying to give you all a second before we end, see if anybody online.
Be there, be square.
Okay, nobody's hitting us back. Okay, nobody's hitting us back. So, with that, then we'll go ahead and conclude. We're going to finish up the prayers for the Sabbath class. Everybody online, we thank y'all for tuning in. You're welcome, more than welcome, to join us tonight if you're in town. The address is there. With that, brothers and sisters online, let me see here. No, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, so yeah, tonight's a Sabbath. Tonight is a Sabbath. So once again, no sexual relations. All right. It is a Sabbath. Yeah. I have my consigliere double check that through the scriptures. Donald won't be sick. We gotta pray for him too. He's sick right now, man. He's battling. He got that diabetes too, man. So he's battling his blood sugar and all that stuff. So we gotta pray for him that he gets better. Otherwise, brothers and sisters, let's salute them online and say shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
You can shut that off for me, Yeah. Catch us Monday if y'all don't make it to the feast. We're at the top of the 2 bar right there. Nah. Scroll down right there where you're at, in that left screen, the other way, the other way.
Just scroll down.
Yeah. I don't know where she put it. All right, click on where it says live event. Right, now click on it again. Yeah. Okay, that's not it. All right, click on that again, live event. And then click on where it says control room, right there, right next to it. You see that little bar you just went down? On the bottom, the last thing on the right. Yeah, there you go, click on that. There you go. Yeah, and then click yes.